Everyone knows about Elon Musk, who drives a McLaren F1, also known as the James Bond Lotus Esprit, which costs $20 million. Then there's Jeff Bezos, who drives a Honda Accord, which you might also see your neighbors have. However, I'm sure you haven't heard of some other millionaires who own the most unique and classic garages you'll ever see in your life. The first is Mark Pelock, who has over 442 cars. His collection isn't just huge, it looks like a treasure chest of famous and rare vehicles. His cars are kept in a huge 123,000 square foot building called the American Muscle Car Museum, which is like a dream place for car lovers. From old classics to new hypercars, Pelock's collection includes everything. But what makes his collection special is the wide variety and the stories behind each car. One of the most important cars in his collection is the 1966 Ford GT. This car is not just rare, it's also a piece of racing history. In the 1960s, this car became famous by beating Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. It has a strong 7.0-liter V8 engine that gives 485 horsepower. For a car from the 60s, it could go up to 170 miles per hour, which was amazing for that time. It's not just fast, but also a stunning example of engineering and design that still excites car fans around the world. Another standout in his collection is the Chevrolet Yenko Camaro. The Yenko Camaro isn't an ordinary Camaro. It's a modified version with a 7.0-liter V8 engine that makes around 450 horsepower. Back then, these cars were built to compete with Mustangs on the drag strip. The Yenko Camaro's power and speed make it a rare and highly desired muscle car today. Mark has a big collection of these Camaros, showing his passion for American muscle cars. With such a rich collection of muscle cars, classic rides, and modern supercars, Mark Pelock's garage earns the top spot in our S tier because he has put together an amazing mix of history, power, and speed, all in one place. The next one is Jay Leno, who is well known, not just for his comedy, but also for his love of cars. With over 200 vehicles, Leno's garage has a bit of everything, from old antique cars to modern supercars, and even some of the first electric cars. What makes his collection special is the amazing variety. Unlike some collectors who focus on a specific type of car, Leno is open to all kinds, and his collection shows that. One of the most special cars in his collection is the 1909 Baker Electric. Yes, electric cars were around even more than 100 years ago. This car is very different from what we think of as electric cars today. It has a top speed of only 25 miles per hour and a range of about 50 miles per charge. But back in 1909, this was advanced technology. Owning such a car shows Leno's appreciation for the history of car engineering. Leno also owns a 1934 Rolls-Royce Phantom II, which is a beautiful example of classic luxury. It has a 7.7-liter inline-six engine and produces 120 horsepower, which was quite powerful for its time. The car was known for its smooth ride and beautiful look. Today, it's a rare and valuable collector's item, and Leno's Phantom II is one of the best-kept examples. Another car that stands out in his collection is the McLaren F1, often thought of as the greatest supercar ever made. The McLaren F1 has a 6.1-liter V12 engine that produces 627 horsepower and can reach a top speed of 240 miles per hour. Even decades after it came out, it's still one of the fastest production cars ever built. Jay Leno's McLaren F1 is not just any F1, it's been carefully maintained, making it a real treasure. With such an amazing range of cars that cover over a century of car history, Jay Leno's collection earns him a solid spot in the A tier. His love for cars is clear, and it shows in the variety and condition of his vehicles. Another millionaire, Ralph Lauren, is also well known as a fashion icon, but his love for cars is just as impressive. Unlike other collectors who focus on having a lot of cars, Lauren's collection is more about quality than quantity. He owns over 60 cars, each one chosen for its design, rarity, and performance. His garage is like a well-organized art gallery, where each car has its own story. One of his cars is a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. This car is legendary not just because of its performance, but also because it's extremely rare. The 250 GTO has a 3.0-liter V12 engine that produces 300 horsepower, allowing it to reach speeds of up to 174 miles per hour. Only 36 of these cars were ever made, and they are now some of the most valuable cars in the world, with prices going over $70 million. Ralph Lauren's 250 GTO is part of an amazing lineup of Ferraris in his collection. Lauren also loves Bugattis, especially classic models like the Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. This car is one of the rarest and most beautiful cars ever made. It has a 3.3-liter straight-8 engine and can reach a top speed of 123 miles per hour. But it's not just about speed. The Type 57 SC is like a piece of art on wheels, with flowing lines and a unique design that has made it legendary in the car world. Lauren's cars are displayed in a beautiful all-white garage, where each car sits on a black carpet. It's like walking through a museum of car art. His careful selection and the elegance of his collection place him among the top car collectors. The next one is Gerard Lopez, also a businessman who really loves cars, especially vintage muscle cars and high-end exotics. He has a collection of over 80 vehicles, with a good mix of American power and European style. While it might not be the biggest collection, it definitely has its share of famous cars. One of the most impressive cars in his garage is the Bugatti Veyron. The Veyron is a marvel of engineering. With an 8.0-liter W16 engine that produces an amazing 1,200 horsepower, this car can go over 250 miles per hour. It used to be the fastest car in the world, and owning one shows both luxury and power. Lopez's collection also has classic Porsches, like the Porsche 911 Carrera RS. Known for its lightweight build and great handling, the 911 Carrera RS is a favorite among car lovers. This car is not only fast, but also feels great to drive, with a perfect mix of power and control. Gerard Lopez's collection may not be as big or as diverse as others, but it has a good balance of speed and style, putting him in the B tier. Ken Lingenfelter collection includes 150 vehicles which have Lamborghinis, Corvettes, and Mustangs, making it one of the most exciting garages out there. One of the standout cars in his collection is the Lamborghini Aventador. The Aventador has a 6.5-liter V12 engine that delivers 730 horsepower. It can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds and reach a top speed of 217 miles per hour. This car is all about speed and looks, with its sharp angles and aggressive design. It's a supercar that turns heads wherever it goes. Ken also owns some rare Corvettes, like the 1963 Corvette Stingray split window. This car is famous for its unique split rear window design, which was only available for 1 year. It has a 327 cubic inch V8 engine that produces 360 horsepower, making it one of the fastest cars of its time. Today, it's a highly sought-after collector's item. With a diverse range of cars, from classic muscle to modern supercars, Ken's collection is thrilling and fun, but it doesn't have as many ultra-rare models as others on this list. That's why he lands in the B tier. The next one is Ion Tiriac, a Romanian billionaire who has put together one of the largest car collections in the world, with over 250 cars. What makes his collection special is the mix of historic and exotic cars. From luxury Rolls-Royces to fast Ferraris, his collection has a little bit of everything. Tiriac's garage is also open to the public, making it a popular spot. One of the highlights of his collection is the Rolls-Royce Phantom 4, which is one of the most exclusive cars ever made. Only 18 of these cars were ever built, and they were made specifically for royalty and heads of state. It has a 5.7-liter straight-8 engine and features luxurious interiors with plush seats and detailed craftsmanship. Tiriac also owns a Jaguar D-Type, a car that won the 24 Hours of Le Mans 3 times. It has a 3.4-liter inline-6 engine that delivers 250 horsepower. The D-Type was designed for speed and performance, with a sleek aerodynamic body that helped it dominate races. With such a huge collection that includes everything from classic cars to modern sports cars, Tiriac earns a spot in the A tier. Sheikh Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan, who is known as the Rainbow Sheikh, is famous for his love of cars. Each car he has is extraordinary and unique. He has over 200 cars, including one-of-a-kind vehicles that you won't find anywhere else. What sets him apart is his ability to customize cars to fit his wild imagination. One of the most famous cars in his collection is the Dodge Power Wagon. But not just any Power Wagon, this one is giant-sized. It's 8 times the size of a normal Power Wagon and has multiple bedrooms inside. Yes, it's a car that's also a house. It even has a working engine so that it can move, but it's more of a showpiece than a car you drive every day. Another standout in his collection is the Rainbow Mercedes, a set of 7 Mercedes 500 SELs, each painted in a different color of the rainbow. These cars aren't just colorful, they are fully functional luxury sedans. The Rainbow Shakes collection also includes off-road vehicles, supercars, and even a car made entirely out of silver. With his wild imagination and incredible collection of rare and custom cars, Sheikh Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan takes a top spot in the S tier. He doesn't just collect cars, he creates automotive art pieces that are truly one of a kind. So what is your favorite car of all time? Mention it in the comments section. Thanks for watching.